our police radios were basically useless for us.
Right now, emergency responders and law enforcement cannot effectively communicate inside a Columbia high school.
And the reason is a lack of radio signal. Battle High School has been open for 2 years now without signal in 95% of the building. And with the new elementary school set to open this August, some are asking if a communications tower will be built in time.
ABC 17's Heather Horrigan has been looking into this issue since October when a fight broke out at Battle High School. And Heather, you learned then police were not able to call for help.
Police tell me the student resource officer who was there during the fight was not able to use their radio to call 911. Rather had to page the front desk, who then was able to call by using a landline. It's a process SROs at Battle tell me they have had to use during every emergency. But that extra step adds time when every second counts in emergency situations.
I never was able to talk to Joint Communications inside Battle High School.
Sergeant Brian Lear was a student resource officer at Battle High School for 6 months.
We've had issues till the day I left out there. We still had issues.
Lear tells me his police radio is useless in the school.
They're on our belts. They're basically our lifeline to Joint Communication.
And his cell phone as a backup to call for help doesn't work unless he steps out of the building, something the students are all too familiar with.
I'm trying to get a hold of my dad or my mom for something. Even one bar won't work.
The issue isn't necessarily cell phone service, but rather radio signal for first responders.
If we're in an emergency situation in that building, our crews inside can't communicate with the 911 center or other crews outside.
Right now, under current fire code,
all new buildings shall have approved radio coverage for emergency responders.
First responders have to have 100% radio coverage in the building.
How much of the building would you say has this non-existent or spotty signal?
Oh, well over 95%.
So how was Battle able to get an occupancy permit to open without following fire code?
Well, it's a requirement that you have access to emergency operations, and we do have that. We just don't have it at the level that we would like to have.
The school district tells me because they set up signal boosters around the school, they could get the occupancy permit. But emergency responders tell us those aren't working, and soon the elementary school will be opening, and the tower may still not be up. City officials tell me even if the tower is not up by August, there will be no delay in issuing the school district an occupancy permit for this elementary school. They tell me that is because plans are in place to build the tower.
I would hope that they have it ready by start of school this fall.
Is that realistic?
I hope so.
I checked in with Joint Communications technical consultant for radio communications, who gave me a time frame for other towers around the county that have been built. There are about 7 steps that have to happen to get the tower up. The first, sending out requests for proposals and bids. If that bid was to happen today, the fastest the tower could go up, we averaged, was about 17 weeks, most likely after school starts for the elementary students.
I feel like you guys have been lucky these past 2 years that you haven't had a significant incident.
I do. You know, probably it's a combination of being good and luck, but luck definitely plays into it.
Luck parents I spoke with didn't know law enforcement was relying on at their children's school.
I would think that they've been pretty lucky. I'm concerned, but not drastically concerned.
It can be very problematic, and you know, good news is that this tower's coming, I hear. I think that'll be a blessing for everyone out there. It'll definitely make things safer.
But will it come soon enough? Right now, the communications tower is in the hands of the county. County Commissioner Dan Owl tells me they have not yet sent out a request for proposal, but should sometime next week. So tonight, there is not a clear time frame when the tower will be up. Now, since Battle was just annexed into the city earlier this month, County Fire does not have jurisdiction there. But I did check in with County Fire, who tells me they were not going to allow the elementary school to open unless the tower was up and operating by the time the elementary school opens.
2 weeks ago, the school board approved spending $230,000 for the tower.